Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Xander crashes Hope and Thomas marriage, derails couple's special day? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that the further Brooke Logan and other naysayers tried to drive Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan piecemeal, the harder they were going to fight to be together. It's clear that Hope's recalcitrant side comes out whenever people like Brooke try to shut down her relationship with Thomas. Hope is determined to make opinions for herself, so that means Hope and Thomas stand a good chance of making it to the balcony. Still, Xander Avant isn't done going after Thomas for what he did to Emma Barber. Xander still holds Thomas responsible for Emma's demise and doesn't suppose Hope belongs with someone who's done similar horrible effects. Hope views Thomas as a changed man, but Xander will no way believe Thomas has truly turned from his wicked ways. With that in mind, Xander could come a marriage host down the road. Of course, Xander may beget further issues leading up to the marriage form, but he'd be a great source of drama for Thomas and Hope's factual espousal, too. Numerous marriages come with some big snags on B&B, so will Xander barge in the event to beget some chaos? Xander might make a last gutter trouble to stop Hope from marrying a man that he considers a monster. Maybe Xander could hurl allegations in front of all the other guests and produce a huge scene. Would Hope pump the thickets or marry Thomas anyway? Thomas formerly came clean to Hope about that night, so could Xander say anything that would change her mind at this point? B&B could go in a further shocking direction if Xander loses control and maybe does commodity to physically harm Thomas at the form. Still, he might be willing to go that far, if Xander becomes consumed by the idea of getting justice for Emma. Xander might indeed move himself that he'd be doing the world favor by getting relief of Thomas and the trouble he poses. No matter how this plays out, the Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Xander will make some updates to his strategy and lead to terrible news for Thomas sooner or laterly. Thomas again asks Hope to marry him. In Eric's office, Steffi and Finn kissed. She was thankful for moments like that and asked how her forefather was doing. Finn said they had run tests and would know a long-term answer soon. Ridge arrived, hailing Finn for helping Eric. Steffi noted that Commodity was out with Ridge, and he said he would talk to Brooke about the usual thing. Steffi figured that meant Hope and Thomas. Ridge revealed that Commodity unanticipated had happed your family proposed. Latterly, Steffi fooled about how romantic an office offer was. Finn said Hope was giving it aloud. But Steffi misdoubted Hope could forget about a ring wrapped around her neck. How long is this gonna take, Dad? Steffi wondered. Ridge replied that it was nice, and Hope would make up her own mind. What if Hope says no? Steffi asked. She noted that Hope had Thomas stuck in limbo, and that was not a healthy place to be. Steffi questioned whether it would set Thomas back, but Ridge said they had to let Thomas make his own miscalculations. Finn felt sorry for all Thomas had put Hope through. Ridge asserted that Thomas was a changed man who merited love. I agree. But with Hope? Steffi asked. Steffi did not suppose Hope could truly appreciate and love Thomas. Finn did not condemn Hope for being reluctant due to the history, but Ridge yelled that they need to concentrate on the present. Steffi said Thomas was having a great time with Hope but demanded to be with a woman who'd be agitated about a ring on her cutlet. Ridge asked how Steffi knew Hope was not agitated. Ridge got that Steffi did not want her family to be hurt, but Ridge claimed that in love, there were no guarantees. Ridge noted that Steffi and Finn had been through a lot, and so had Ridge and Brooke. But we are still then, Ridge reasoned. He asked Steffi to let her family try to find some happiness, and if Thomas wanted it with Hope, let him try. In Brooke's cabin, Hope beamed, fully caught up in closeness with Thomas. Hope claimed she would no way felt that way ahead, and she did not know why she could not get enough of him. He said he would no way endured anything like her, and she replied that he brought it out in her. It was wild and demonstrative, and his spark burned her desire. Thomas and Hope had coitus again, and she again wondered why she could not get enough of him. Thomas affirmed that this was what he wanted, to love, touch, and kiss her. He figured that she did not understand it because she would no way been with a man who wanted to be with only her and someone who'd given her his heart the way Thomas had. He claimed that he trusted her, and she could trust him with her heart. He said she could have it for the rest of her life. All she had to do was put the ring on her cutlet and say she would be his woman. At Bill's sand house, Xander was cynically impressed that R.J. had leased some of the most precious real estate around, and he misdoubted Bone Bill had cut R.J. a deal on a multi-million-dollar home in Malibu. Xander guessed Eric had given R.J. a hefty perk, but also Xander decided Ridge and Brooke were standing the bill. Luna tried to quash the contest, but Xander, who'd formerly made himself a name in the business, contended that there was no contest with a neophyte. Still, he imagined that it was presumably nice to have Ridge Forrester giving one a boost. When Xander claimed to be proud to be in the Forrester family, RJ asked why Xander was giving RJ a hard time about it. Xander did not suppose RJ grasped how fortunate he was. Xander said he had not been born into it like RJ, rather, Xander had been a spooked, helpless sprat in an orphanage in Africa after he would lost both of his parents. Kristen had espoused him and had been an awful mama, and his parents supported him. Still, they did not live in Los Angeles to have his reverse. Xander noted that RJ's parents ran the business, and RJ was the Napoleon of fashion kingliness. Xander conceded the work R.J. had done with Eric, but claimed on making RJ see where Xander was coming from. Xander was aged and had further experience. He would studied for times, but R.J. was new to it, learning at the knees of Ridge and Eric. Xander asserted that if R.J. was in Xander's place, RJ would be frustrated, too. Said he saw Xander's view and admired it. RJ got that Xander did not want to be overlooked or undervalued. RJ was sure he would learn from the designs Xander had brought over. R.J. planned to look at them in the morning. Taking Luna's hand, he said he'd plans with her that night. Xander sounded to feel as if he would been brushed off again. As Xander walked to the door, RJ hoped that he and Xander could be close again. Xander said to have a nice night, and he left. Latterly, RJ and Luna were kissing. They joked about getting intruded. He said he wanted her all to himself that night. Luna said they'd awaited a long time for it, and she would have waited all her life. He stated that he wanted it to be perfect for her. On Monday, February 5th, suckers will continue to see further of RJ and Luna's magical night. The couple might indeed go another round. RJ and Luna might also continue to gush over how important they love one another. Meanwhile, Xander Forrester Dominguez sure seems to have it in for RJ. Xander's eyes narrowed as he vented to Thomas Forrester and Hope Logan about RJ. It really seems like Xander is going to negatively affect RJ and Luna's love. Still, are RJ and Luna really destined to be together? Or will Xander end up winning Luna's heart? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Eric Forrester's anxiety. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Monday, February 5th reveal that Eric is really nervous about his medical appointment. Eric told his favored Bones that the coming day he'd get a progress report from the Croakers. Eric sounded really anxious about this appointment. Still, everyone assured Eric that he'll get a clean bill of health, especially since he seems to be feeling so good. B&B spoilers. Monday, February 5th. It's teased that on Monday, February 5th, Eric will celebrate his recovery by hosting a grand party. Still, could it be too soon to give Eric a clean bill of health? Eric is itching to go back to work formally, so stay tuned. Which plot are you looking forward to seeing the most on Monday, February 5th? What are your prognostications for RJ, Luna, Xander, Thomas, and Hope? What does the unborn hold for Eric, Donna Logan, Ridge Forrester, and the other characters? Partake your studies in the comment section below. Flash back to keep watching The Cleaner on CBS or Paramount to find out what happens coming.